Now the story behind the Lady Knox Geyser actually starts around about 100 years ago. But back then, this area was nothing more than a barren wilderness covered in light shrub and bush. And not far from where you folks parked your cars this morning was a prison camp. In fact, it was the first open prison in New Zealand. Now the prisoners who were sent there, well, it was their job to clear the land of the light bush and shrub and to prepare the land for the planting of pine trees. And in fact, most of the forest you see between Rotorua and Taupo, and including this one in front of you, were originally started using prison labour. A group of those prisoners came down to this very hot spring with their soap, their dirty washing and their scrubbing brushes. They dipped their clothes into the hot spring, they pulled them out, they scrubbed them up with some soap, then they dropped them back into the hot spring to rinse them off. Now what happened next was those prisoners got one heck of a fright. What actually happened was this hot spring erupted, so sending their clothes that way, they got a heck of a fright and they ran through the bushes. Now we now know what those prisoners did. The soap which they used, it broke the surface tension between the two chambers of water which are underneath the geyser here, forcing that superheated water from underneath to come up through those cooler levels and out through the top in an eruption. Now that is what we're going to do this morning. Now the geyser is named after Lady Constance Knox. Now quite honestly folks, in New Zealand's history, she wasn't all that important, but her father was, and he was a gentleman called Lord Ranfurly, and he was New Zealand's 15th Governor-General at that time. Now in May of 1903, he was out here with his family visiting the local prison just to see how that prison camp was getting on. To mark the occasion of that visit, his daughter, the Lady Constance Knox, came down to the geyser here and she christened it herself.